Alright, hi, I'm Matthew Sweeney. Stu asked me to explain about jumping in and out of bhujapidasana and kormasana, so we'll have a little look at that now. In the 5 minutes before, while I'm thinking about this, 4 or 5 points come to mind. So the first one would be, if you haven't worked on jumping through, if you don't have the strength to hold a little bit of body weight in a jump through, jumping into bhujapidasana won't be possible. Also, if you don't have a certain amount of flexibility in forward bends, it's also unlikely to be possible. The third thing was, if you don't have reasonably long legs, or you're particularly heavy, it's also unlikely to be possible. So proportions play a big part. So strength, flexibility, and proportions. And you need all three to get the full effect. So first two you can work on, the third one, maybe. So the first part I'd say about bhujapidasana is, can you balance in bakasana? Second step would be, can you jump into bakasana? Third step, can you hold and jump into bakasana? For bhujapidasana action, first step, can you jump beside? Second step, can you jump around, touching? Third step, can you jump around and cross? When you're jumping around and crossing, two factors to think about. One is arms have to be really steady and engaged, so the arms don't move. The legs, conversely, are loose. So arms have to be engaged into the floor, the legs are more soft. If you engage the legs, the tendency is to get stuck. Rather, the legs are loose. This is where the openness and flexibility of the hips is so important to get them crossed. That's the basic.
And is there any steps that people can work on to build, where you showed us those steps jumping through, but it's quite sort of psychologically a bit daunting to jump your arms around, isn't it?
Yeah, so initially the first stages is, if I can see a student can, let's say either do a basic hop into bakasana or a basic hop without necessarily clearing, so you can take your body weight. If that's not possible, there's no way you're going to get the feet further round. That's a few stages harder. So that will be the stuff to work on, is a lot of the things we're already doing in the jumps. In addition, you need a fair bit of forward bend flexibility so that the knees to shoulders is easy to come round. And if this position's not happening, kormasana or bhujapidasana, then it's a flexibility issue. And so you might have the strength and not the flexibility. And so one of those has to get worked on, either by doing jumps or more forward bends.
And if you've got all those prerequisites nailed down, and now you want to keep off the floor and jump your legs around, where are you aiming your legs to land on the arms? How far
So
up near the
as
shoulders?
high as you can.
As high as you can.
As high as you can. There's an additional trick that can be done. This is same for kormasana and titibasana in intermediate, where you can start to practice loose here, then bend the arms to creep higher, versus coming round and the legs slide down and you get stuck. And so that little bending in the arms requires a bit of strength, and if you're sweaty, the legs slide a little higher up the arms. So that's kind of the stages to work through. As I jump around, I'm steady in the arms, then I bend a moment so that extra little piece higher. And then from there, either head or chin toward the floor. Don't talk at the same time.
And could you just, as we've got bhujapidasana, could you just talk to us what the full vinyasa should look like if we could aim to do that?
All right. Just to say it first, so it's inhale, jump round, lock, look up. Exhale, go to the floor with the chin. 5 breaths. Inhale, come up with the cross. At the end of that, exhale, straighten, plus inhale in titibasana. Exhale, tuck back to bakasana. Inhale, lift in bakasana. Exhale, jump back. Something like. One, two, three, four, five. less.
Thank you.
Coming out of bhujapidasana, or in or out, I think there's a few stages. I may as well just briefly touch on those if I've got the time. So coming round, for many students, jumping is not possible, so walking to here. So the first step is, can you, 1, keep the hands down, bit of wrist flexion required, 2, cross the feet. From there, in stages after that, it would be toes to the floor, head to the floor, feet off the floor, and then reverse it. Feet to the floor, head up just a little bit, feet off the floor, and then see if you can, 1 at a time, and jump back. So in order, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and reversing 3, 2, slowly, 1, and tuck back. And so breaking that in stages makes it a lot easier to get the balance, rather than trying to do it all at once and getting stuck. And so taking step by step, that covers most of it.